Hello? Okay. Before I begin, I've been waiting 4 years to do this, so real quick, say cheese. One more. And then one for the digital camera as well. One sec. Oh yeah, perfect. Welcome and good evening to faculty, family, friends, and most importantly, the class of 2026. My name is Galyani Tihaya, your 4-year vice president. To be honest, I've procrastinated writing this speech. So when Dr. DiLoretto came up to me 5 days before graduation and asked how my speech was going, I of course responded saying, yeah, that speech, the one I totally started. I mean, I wrote one word, maybe even created the document. Instead of working on my speech, I've been busy soaking in the last few days with my senior class, capturing memories on this. So the grad speech kind of became an afterthought because I'd much rather take photos of seniors on our last first day or capture the gorgeous senior sunrise. I'd rather plan a seniors versus staff volleyball game or make reels on the seniors graffitiing the rock. I'd rather film the 3 sports seasons or organize a pep rally for the entire school. I'd rather capture everyone's smiles at the senior outing and prom or crown the senior superlative winners. I'd rather be admin 1, arguing on whether eliminations counted or not, or edit a montage of our class to play at graduation. But the reason I'd rather do any of that was you guys. And I wanted to share the class I hold in such high regard with the EO community. I wanted to share your stories and friendships through my lens. My hope is that I captured at least one photo that made you smile, laugh, or feel like you belong. Running the Instagram account has allowed me to talk to seniors I wouldn't usually approach. It's helped me get to know everyone a little better. It's helped me capture our last years together. But most importantly, it's helped me go viral 6 times. Seriously, guys, 150,000 views on just a single reel. That's impressive. And while you may have heard me complain about how overwhelmed I was with every photo dump, story, and reel I uploaded, I wouldn't have it any other way. So, thank you for trusting me with the past 4 years to be your vice president. Thank you for attending our planned events. Thank you for dancing in the reels. Thank you for smiling at my digicam. And most of all, thank you for including me. And to finally answer your question, Dr. DiLoretto, I think my speech is almost done. I just need to add one last finishing touch. I'm gonna post the photo that I just took right on the Instagram account. So enjoy the ceremony. Thank you, everyone. And check out the Instagram account at e.o.smith26 to see the photo I just posted. Hashtag viral, hashtag best class, hashtag 2026. Wait, I gotta put music too, one sec. Okay, wait. Boom. Thank you.
And we need to start that again. One more time.
Hello. Okay. Okay, hello everyone. I'm gonna try and make this short because we have a lot of stuff to do tonight. Okay, anyways, my name is Ben Angler, if you can't tell. I'm a graduating senior here at Yo Smith. Thank you, thank you. And I want to tell you a bit about this second piece titled United in Purpose. United in Purpose is written by Rollo Dilworth to the text by the legendary poet Maya Angelou. It reflects the change we as people need to make in this world. We seniors really resonate with this text and hope that graduation brings in a new wave of change with a community willing to do the work this world needs to grow. And now that I've explained a bit about this piece, I'm going to read you the text. The onus is upon us all to work to improve the human condition, perform good deeds, for that is truly the way to battle the forces of entropy that are at work in our world. The composite of all our efforts can have an effect. Good done everywhere is good done anywhere. When we unite in purpose, we are greater than the sum of our parts. So I hope you enjoy United in Purpose.
The onus is upon us all to work to improve All right, good evening, everyone. My name is Kayla, and the seniors in choir wanted to leave you off with a pretty special song, and I'm sure that a lot of you will know it. It's Landslide by Fleetwood Mac. And so it'll be all senior solos. Do you guys want to introduce yourself really quickly?
Hi, I'm Sophie.
Hi, I'm Ray.
Hi, I'm Eliza.
Hi, I'm Bella.
I'm Ben.
All right, we hope you enjoy.
I'm what?
I took my love and I took it down. I climbed a mountain and I turned around. And I saw my reflection in the snow-covered hill where the landslide brought me down. Oh, mirror in the sky, what is love? Can a child in my heart rise above? Can I sail through the changing ocean tides? Can I handle the seasons of my life? Well, I've been afraid of changing, 'cause I've built my life around you. And time makes you bolder, even children get older, and I'm getting older too. Well, I've been afraid of changing, 'cause I built my life around you. But time makes you bolder, even children get older, and I'm getting older too. Well, I'm getting older too.
Took my love, I took it down. I climbed a mountain and I turned around.
And if you see my reflection in the snow-covered hills where the landslide brought me down.
And if you see my reflection in the snow-covered hills, well, maybe, well, maybe, well, maybe,
the landslide will bring you down.
Thank you, choir, for the wonderful performance. Hi, everyone. I'm Mia Chen, the treasurer for the class of 2026. In the beginning of the semester, I was walking around UConn when I saw a previously graduated senior. We had shared a class with each other but never spoke much in that class, so I was just going to continue walking until they surprised me as they called my name and said hi. At EO, we sometimes classify each other based on what town we're from. Oh, they're from Ashford. Oh, they're a Mansfield kid. At Mansfield Middle School, we sometimes see each other based on which elementary school we went to, Vinton, Southeast, or Goodwin. Going even further, we could separate ourselves into which fourth grade teacher we had and such. Yet, when we find ourselves in a completely new place, all of those specifics are irrelevant. We'll cling on to any semblance of familiarity. Say we're on a road trip and we're halfway across the country. Miraculously, we celebrate as we see a car with a Connecticut license plate amidst the sea of Californias. Or maybe we're on a vacation in a foreign country when we hear the familiar English language. Now, what if we're out exploring the galaxy and we've only seen stars and asteroids for years now, then suddenly encounter a human spaceship? At that, we'd simply celebrate the fact that we're the same species. Because although humans can band together in very specific and narrow ways, we can also find very broad similarities. By the end of this, at least, we can all say we have something in common. We're E.O. Smith graduates. As we're all going in different directions, it's clear that some people we may never see again. However, if you do manage to see one of your classmates, don't be afraid to say hi. Because what we got out of E.O. Smith wasn't just an education. Education isn't just about learning, it's about making connections. Everyone deserves a right to education, to be able to make those memories and connections. This is why I am pleased to announce that our class gift will be a scholarship fund. It doesn't matter where people go or what they do. What matters is we want to support their future. Thank you. Now, I would like to introduce Isabella Familaro, our class secretary.
Congratulations, class of 2026. We've almost made it through graduation. So what's next? Whether you're going to a trade school, college, working, or following a different path in the near future, I invite you to try these 3 things. First, embrace new opportunities. Take risks and say yes to the uncomfortable. Go to a place you've never been or apply for a job you don't quite feel qualified for yet. Start the difficult conversation you've been putting off for months. Second, question everything. Do what's right, even when authority says no. Read past the headline to find who benefits and who suffers. And third, lead with empathy. Every person you meet has had their unique experiences, things you can't see. The coworker who seems difficult, the neighbor who keeps to themselves, the stranger who snaps at you in line, they all have a story. Maybe they even left school early one day due to a contained chemical or a bomb threat. Just like us. Acknowledging differences and looking at others with empathy helps us make better decisions. These 3 principles could positively influence your impact on the world, and it needs that change desperately. Look at the support around you. So many people from different generations, all here because they believe in us and our futures. We will vote, pay taxes, and have newfound independence that is equal parts exciting and terrifying. That support we have, both in and outside of this room, makes navigating all of those challenges that we face easier, and that we will face. And when you walk out of here today, take a moment to appreciate how far you've come, and thank those who helped you get here. If you try to live every day with empathy in your heart, and question the world around you, growth will come naturally. Thank you, and congratulations, class of 2026. Now please welcome Mr. McMaster.
Good evening, everyone. I'm James McMaster, a school counselor at E.O. Smith. Last month, E.O. Smith Senior Awards were presented, and students were honored for many academic and personal achievements. But there's one award that is always preserved for graduation night. Founded just 3 years after the school's inception in 1958, the Edwin O. Smith Award honors a graduate who has best emulated the qualities of Mr. Smith, for whom our school is named. After joining the UConn faculty in 1901 to teach English and economics, Mr. Smith lived in the town of Mansfield for 59 years. While at UConn, he coached the baseball and football teams, performed classical guitar, and even served as the school's president for a short time. But it was his leadership during his 28 years as the town's representative in the Connecticut State Legislature for which he was most renowned. Mr. Smith was a man of unshakable integrity and commitment to the common good. This year's Edwin O. Smith Award recipient exemplifies the character of Mr. Smith and the principles on which our school strives to live by. The recipient is an exceptionally well-rounded, highly accomplished student who combines strong academic performance with outstanding leadership, character growth, and service to others. Over 4 years at E.O. Smith High School, this student has developed into a confident, outgoing, and compassionate leader who is widely respected for their kindness, initiative, and ability to advocate for others. In the classroom, he has distinguished himself through a rigorous course load and outstanding academic achievement. His most meaningful contributions, however, are reflected in his commitment to inclusion and service, especially notable through his time with Best Buddies and Unified Basketball. In athletics, he's an elite golfer, a 2-time team captain, and top ranking in Connecticut's class of 2026. I am honored to present the 2026 Edwin O. Smith Award to Wilson Wimet.
Where'd he go? No, we'll wait. It's fine. Yeah. Seriously, congratulations, Wilson. So I was looking through your yearbook the other day, and I stumbled upon the senior survey. And the survey itself, as well as the results, kind of struck me as interesting. If you haven't seen a high school yearbook in a while, you're going to find this, well, odd. So I want to read a couple to you. Did you know that 60% of the class of 2026 survey respondents would rather speak to animals than read people's thoughts? I thought that was surprising to me. I thought you would want to get into somebody's head a little bit more. 65% of you would rather stargaze than sunrise. Now that was not surprising at all, as the person who's waiting as school starts. But this one's important because it might be relevant to you later in life. If you absolutely had to get into a fight, you would prefer to take your chances going up against, I've practiced this, 100 duck-sized horses over a single horse-sized duck. That was very close, by the way. The margin of error made it. I would have loved to have been able to read your thoughts as you were pondering your response there. But the title of your yearbook is Always in Motion, and I think that's a perfect way to describe this class. You have an ambition to do things, and I love that about you. Throughout the year, it seemed there was one event after another, a constant stream of ideas, and what you see in your yearbook is just a small sample of what you've done for our school. You kept it moving forward, and as your principal, I'm expressing my gratitude for the legacy and modeling you are leaving for us to continue. We understand this comes with a responsibility to keep it going, and we will take that seriously, and we will not let you down. So as I do my small part in sending you off, I suggest you just stay in motion. Keep exploring, challenging yourselves, coming up with new ideas. And when you get stuck, don't stay stuck. Find ways to pull yourself out, which includes leaning on your support system, which now and forever will include your high school. Take good care, 2026. Thank you for who you are, and remember to always be you. Best wishes always. It's now my pleasure to introduce our superintendent, Ms. Sharon Kenoyer.
Good evening. Now I know why Dr. DiLoretto has been making fun of my four-page speech, because he said it in one. Nice job. So good evening, everyone. I know that graduation speeches are expected to be filled with wisdom. Typically, a few adults come up here and share what is supposed to be a collective century or way more than that of life experiences and advice, and we will get there. But I'd like to shift that perspective for just a moment. The truth is that in my 36 years as an educator, whatever wisdom I have gained has come not from standing in front of students, but from standing beside them. I have learned from students and with students, and for that I'm deeply grateful. The class of 2026 is no exception. In fact, this class has taught me something remarkable about what it means to care for a community. Throughout your years at E.O. Smith, you have demonstrated an unwavering commitment to giving back. You've embraced peer tutoring in numbers that exceeded expectations. You've led presentations that helped develop future student leaders. You've challenged assumptions, confronted difficult cultural issues, and helped shape conversations about how we treat one another with dignity and respect. You've engaged in meaningful civic action projects that reflected a genuine commitment to improving your local communities in creative, relevant, and meaningful ways. Time and time again, I've watched your work and found myself thinking, we are in great hands. Here's the advice part. As I reflect on my career and prepare to retire after 6 years serving this district, there's one idea that always guided me. Throughout my life as a student, a teacher, a principal, and a superintendent, I've been fortunate to have champions. Whether I recognized it at the time or not, there are always people who had my back, people who believed in me more than I believed in myself, people who saw strengths and possibilities in me that I could not yet see. Author and educator Rita Pierson said, "Every child deserves a champion, an adult who will never give up on them, who understands the power of connection and insists that they become the best that they can possibly be." What I have found so inspiring about the class of 2026 is that you have often been those champions for one another. You have celebrated each other's successes, you have supported one another through challenges, you have recognized strength in your peers and helped lift each other up. That is a rare and powerful gift. So my wish for you is simple. As you move forward into the world, continue to be the compassionate and courageous people you have been here at EO. Continue to be champions for one another, stay connected, be champions for the new people who enter your lives, be the person who sees possibility in someone before they see it in themselves. I also hope you recognize the champions who have helped you along the way and those who will be there for you in the future. Your parents, grandparents, teachers, coaches, mentors, professors, supervisors, and perhaps even that future drill sergeant who pushes you farther than you think you can go. They may not always tell you what you want to hear, but often they are the people who see strengths in you that you have not yet discovered. And lastly, and most importantly, become a champion for yourself. Recognize your own gifts and believe in your own potential. Understand that setbacks and failures are not signs that you are not capable. They are opportunities to learn, grow, and become better. The people who champion us do not expect us to be perfect. They simply remind us that every challenge carries the possibility of growth and every setback contains the seeds of future success. As I'm preparing to close this chapter of my own career, I want to thank you for the lessons you've taught me. Thank you for reminding me why education matters. Thank you for allowing me to continue learning alongside you. Aw, man. The lessons I have learned from students, and especially the class of 2026, will stay with me long after I leave this role. Lama Surya Das shared, "No one knows everything, no one knows nothing. Everyone has a piece of the puzzle." You are all important pieces of that puzzle. Continue to share your important piece. I wish you all the very best. Congratulations, class of 2026. I am so proud of you. This is my real purpose for being here. It is my distinct honor to inform the members of the Regional School District 19 Board of Education that each of the young adults assembled here this evening have fulfilled the graduation requirements set forth by the district and the state of Connecticut. Appropriate evidence of their performance has been compiled and recorded by the faculty and staff. Therefore, it is my pleasure to inform you and everyone gathered here tonight that the members of the Edwin O. Smith High School class of 2026 are entitled to receive their diplomas. It's now my pleasure to introduce Deborah Hulkran, Chair of the Region 19 Board of Education.
I want to congratulate you all on behalf of Regional School District 19's Board of Education. This board, elected from Mansfield, Willington, and Ashford, acts in behalf of all the students who attend D.O. Smith High School. You are why we exist. We know that you're off to a life in a very complicated world, and we believe, based on what we've observed thus far, that the class of 2026 has the skills and abilities to take on the challenges that face our society and be part of the solutions for the future. We wish you success, adventure, joy, and happiness in this next phase of your lives. Once again, congratulations on behalf of your Board of Education. And on to diplomas.
Mia Yuching Chen.
Isabella Mia Famularo.
Kalyani Singh Tahaya.
Kayla Tai Lin. Hafsa Biikli. Julia Natalie Bouzet. Kathy Chen. Fabio Patricio de la Riva Aguero. Nayeli Summer Estramera. Sophia Ray McCullough. Wilson Miller Ouimet. Yeet Batuhan Pakdil. Maya Dahlia Roldan. Corinne Ella Tarbell. Anne Isabella Tijaledu. Madeline Ann Ainscoe. Brody Ryan Albert. Joangelise Albino Linares. William Amor Alexson. Albert Alessandro Amati. Zachary Ross Andrews. Siamari Monica Aponte. Alina Atlasqueño. Eli David Aubrey. Joseph Robert Baker. Cheyenne Rose Bedore. Anissa Beheshti. Cameron Belanger. Sunnypoon Biswas. Akship Singh Blagan. Gurleen Kaur Blagan. Aaliyah Jalen Blanchard.
Haley Jane Baldock. Griffin Alexander Boulay. Esther Gail Bowerset. Ian Thomas Bowles. Ava Elizabeth Bray. Bella Hope Briggs. Jacelyn Annabella Brown. Anna Rose Burnham. Julia Kate Burns. Rachel Avery Buskey. Riley Eva Rose Buswell. Elizabeth Hannah Byers. Avery Beatrice Callahan. Brandon Cole Campbell. Jason Anyu Sao. Dylan Michael Carvalho. Violet Diana Casey.
Tulsi Isabella Castro.
Sabina Chen. Charlotte Mary Christensen. Jennifer Bridget Church. Lilia Abigail Chihon. Connor Robert Cobb. Alex James Cook. Luca Niles Cordone.
Elise Adeline Costa.
Jasper Finn Cody. Tulia Marie Cooten. Molly Ray Crane. Caroline Joy Cranmer. John Angus Clifford Cromie. Brooklyn Renee Crow. Emily Alexa Cruz. Noah Robert Curtis Gray. Caitlin Jennifer Damble. Hassana Jacia Davis. Landon David Davis.
Gavin Wyatt DeForest. Lindsay Lee Doherty. Eliza Claire Donahue. Ava Ann Drzezinski. Aditya Dubé. Cody James Dufresne. Molly Elena Dumaine. Gavin James Dunn. Anna Anelia Elliott. Anna Brandis Engler. Benjamin Brandis Engler. Tyler Patrick Feria. Rain Marie Farrar. Kian Justin Chilton Ferrari. Philippe Vidali. Jasmine Naomi Flores. Henry James Fontaine. Morgan Mary Fontaine. Rowan Dale Frost. Emily Maritza Galindo Heath. Hector Manuel Garcia. Raymani Joel Garcia. Alexander Garcia Ramirez. Adriana Jaylee Gauthier. Vincenzo Rafael Girardi. Bella Jubardo. Nishita Gadugula. Tobias Ripley Grable. Ursa Hayder. Timothy Yejun Han. Talon Elijah Hancock's Melody. Jaden Chase Hemingway. Estrella Guadalupe Hernandez Lopez. Dariana Days Hernandez Zamora. Asher Earl Human. Dustin Patrick Hyam. Lee Elizabeth Hilton. Olivia Rose Height. Aisa Victoria Hobson. Leah Angel Hughes. Dakota Lynn Catherine Ingaran. Andrew Lawrence Jean. Olivia Claire Jeffers. Benjamin David Jepson. Winnie John. Edward David Johansen. Kalen Andrew Johnson. Eli McKinley Johnson. Emmett Julian Kennedy. Blake Ethan Kernozicki. Mackenzie Isla Kerr. Sage Elizabeth Kincaid. Alice Marie Klassen.
Elena Jane Klimkowitz. Mallory Rose Knowlton. J. Dale Kopek. Kaylee Lynn Coatley. Hannah Massey Kravitz. Corbin Christopher Lappin. Joseph Paul LeBlond. Caitlin Rose LeBreton. Emily Christina Leschinski. Juliette Hope Levesque Joan Belay. Olivia Joy Levesque Joan Belay. Addison Kendall Lima. Jaden Vijano Lopez. Hunter William Lord. Richard Brian Lord. Demetrios Antonios Lucas. Sophia Noah Lowndes. Sophia Rose Lucas. Addison May Lusson. Ava Brittany Lyons. Antonio Giovanni Madon. Abigail Rose Magaldi. Michaela Ann Magaldi. Maya Khaldoun Mahmood. Sophie Hannah Marcus. Addison Lynn Margelloni. Camden Joseph Mazerel. Amelia Gwendolyn McAleer. Michael Finn McDevitt. Quinn Aylin McDonald. John Henry Malcolm McGinnis. Jordan Joseph McKinnon. Lorelai Kaya Medeiros. Phoenix Daniel Magos. Alice Welsh Mirko. Grace Young Morenas. Carmine Attilio Maurizio. Jameson Eric Morrison. Nicholas Grant Mosley. Ava Rose Natali. Isabella Natalia Nichisti. Joshua Ryan Nemzik. Jack William Nikitas. Maria Angelis Pacheco Cruz. Ariana Liana Padilla Quiles. Misael Gabriel Pagan Martinez. Veronica Rose Paulo. Anai Somar Panel. Samuel Alberto Paredes. Tajan Joseph Park. Anna Ruth Paterno. Abdurrahman Hamza Islam Pelletier. Sydney Sophia Pelletier.
Tobias Jiabao Perez. Mackenzie Ray Patel. Francis Ray Faffel. Madeline Daly Plord. Sean Michael Podusek. Hazel Lee Pufall. Giovanni Salvatore Raffaella. Caitlin May Regan. Macy Mary Slate Ripple. Aubrey J. Rittenhouse. Javani Felix Rivas. Natalie Eve Rodriguez. Samuel Ethan Rosenberg. Liliana Grace Socheski. Brooklyn Elizabeth Scafuri. Brianna Nicole Schrack. Clover Bluebell Schultz. Sean Christopher Scott. Derek William Seeley. Bethany Seiler. Sean Thomas Semro. Kyle Richard Seepy. Miriam Shamshad. Vikram James Sharma. William Michael Shine. Lauren Rose Sibilia. Cole Robert Silliman. Evelyn Sandra Sinclair. Jordan Riley Sion. Nevea Lynn Smith.
Oliver Graham Smith.
Adam Daniel Susi. Trinity Jasmine Stark. Griffin Earl Stevens. Kelly Patrick Zegda. Gwendolyn Krim 2. Elizabeth Amy Toomey.
Elena Rose Torres.
Beatrice Rose Torres Carrero. Lauren Mary Trotta. Julia Ann Trudeau.
Ray Say Wan.
Claire Lydia Tolman. Campbell Vincent Urban. Jordan Mary Van Dyke. Abigail Emery Varga. David Vasquez.
Mariana Lee Vasquez. Caleb Verge.
Emerson Francis Whalen. River White. Owen Wyatt Williams.
Zaisha Renee Wilson.
Haruni Witharana. Yusef Abdelnabi Zidane. Rain, Lynn, John.
All right, congratulations to all of the graduates from tonight. My name is Kayla. I am your four-year class president. And now's for the best part of the night because I'm the only thing standing between you and that door. So I want to tell you a quick story, though, while I do have your attention. I have had this deck of cards in my back pocket for the past 4 years. The deck has lived in the bottom of my backpack, been whipped out on overnight choir trips, and led to some really unproductive study halls, but it's survived 4 years of high school, and if you are standing here today, you know how hard that is. Today, I have 3 simple lessons to share with you, and they all come from this deck of cards. Number 1 is forget about probability. Now, I'm sure some of you already have, but I'm not talking about math class, I'm talking about risk. So there are 52 weeks in a year, 52 cards in a deck. Starting as freshmen, we are dealt our first deck with 1 card for every week. Some cards we wanted to hold on to forever, while others we couldn't put down fast enough. And some disappeared before we fully realized its value. Other weeks, namely the ones in February, were so full of snow days and chemical leaks that they didn't really count anyways. With each new card, it felt uncertain. And trust me, I would know. I spent a lot of my high school career thinking about odds. Sometimes the odds of making it onto that team or getting that grade, but mostly the odds that I could sprint into the building before 7:25. Thought about that one every morning. But here's the thing. Every time I shuffle this deck, the number of different arrangements that could result is so astronomically large that it's practically infinite. Some odds are simply too big and too complex to try and predict. So I urge you, take that risk. The chances that matter most, like who happened to sit next to me in stats class on the first day of senior year, or an impromptu hallway bump-in with Dr. LaRoe, you can't calculate your way into that. You can only take the risk, play the hand. My second lesson is about poker. Earlier this year, before the great pickleball craze, which for the record, you can find me at the courts this summer, before pickleball, the popularity of poker nights were on the rise. And this deck, I brought everywhere, and it became my social crutch. Saved me from a lot of awkward interactions because somehow pulling cards out of my pocket felt way less risky than true connection. Sophomore year, I played my debut game of poker, but that's when I realized I was playing far before that. Because here's what the game actually requires. You protect your hand, obscure your cards, and you reveal nothing. And be careful who and what you bet on. It's a game about bluffs. So for all you poker players out there, here's what I've learned from carrying this deck in my pocket. Life is not always a game of Texas Hold'em. Life is a magic trick. Embrace the misdirection and the redirection and the sleight of hand. Love hard, laugh loud. There's no need for poker faces when we only live once. And that leads me to my final message for all of you tonight. I'm not a magician by any means. I can't even do a card trick, but I have watched The Prestige, so that should count for something. And so I think that I know every good trick is made up of 3 parts. It starts with the ordinary. You show the audience something mundane, a coin, a bird in a cage, or a deck of cards. The ordinary, our past 4 years of high school, is finally winding to an end. And then the second act, the next one comes the turn. The ordinary shifts. Versions of yourself morph, and sometimes people disappear faster than we thought they would. The coin vanishes, and the bird is nowhere to be found. While high school might fall from beneath your feet after you walk out of this building, know in the back of your mind that you are a magician and has never truly gone. The final act of any good magic trick is called the prestige. It's the most difficult part of the act to pull off. You'll draw cards you didn't ask for, and as you go about the next chapter of your lives, know while challenging, this is the most transformative part of the performance. Today, I hope you'll take a lesson from probability, poker, and the prestige. I urge you, put the cards on the table. Not someday, not when you feel ready, not when you've perfected your poker face or calculated the odds. Here, now. Let people truly know you, really, really know you. Do it the way we did in high school, messily, imperfectly, and always remember to pull up a chair when someone plays a card game. Because when every deck of cards is surging with probabilities, combinations and permutations of chance, it's hard for us to guess each other's decks. You only get one turn, and sometimes you have to go all in. Thank you, and are we ready to turn the tassels? All right, let's do this.
Stuck in the shadows, locked in the shade. Ain't no way to sweep up the mess that we made. Stressed up